And alright, so everything seems to be going well. So we're back for a second day in a row. Technically a third day in a row because I tried unsuccessfully to do something on Monday. But I had a good time yesterday and I played Temur Clover, which was really fun. And I played a little bit afterwards as well, which massively improved my experience. Hopefully I've sorted out a little bit of the lag issues, so we should have a smoother time this time. So we're back again with Temur Clover. General idea to be either play Innkeeper or play Clover and get lots of value out of them using Brazen Borrower, Bone Crusher Giant, Lovestruck Beast, and Fey of Wishes, and Beanstalk Giant. The Innkeeper is more of a late game value spell, while the Lucky Clover is more of an early game. You know, get a Lucky Clover on the field, Bone Crusher Giant can kill a questing beast, or you know, just anything with power 4 or less. And then Fey of Wishes gets to draw 2 cards, Brazen Borrower gets to bounce 2 things, and Lovestruck Beast makes even more tokens. And obviously we have the Fey of Wishes, so the sideboard looks very large. We have a lot of situational spells like Mystic Repeal and Return to Nature for artifacts, Shadow Spear for aggro decks for a bit of life gain, and also can get rid of hexproof things like Dream Trawler. Got Fling as a finisher to go with our massive giants. Domri's Ambush is a bit of removal for planeswalkers and creatures. Sorcerer's Spyglass also works with planeswalkers. Storm's Wrath for the board wipe. Once in Future for a bit of extra card draw, getting good stuff. Escape to the Wilds is also some great card draw. Chandra is a good control finisher, and the Great Henge is just value. Someone was asking yesterday about Hydrid Crasison's deck, and yes, we are in the right colours for that. But we have Escape to the Wilds instead. It's a much cheaper way, even though we do have quite a lot of ramp with Beanstalk Giant, we tend to have double-digit number of lands in play by the end of the game. Escape to the Wilds is a much cheaper way to draw cards when we don't really care about the body from Crasis, so because we've already got loads of huge dudes. Escape to the Wilds is just a much nicer way to draw cards, and we can make full use of this because, as you can see from this curve, we have it's pretty low. Most of this up here is the old Beanstalk Giant, which we can cast for cheap for the adventure side most of the time anyway. Usually once you resolve and stick around a Beanstalk Giant, you're going to win the game. So since we have such a low curve, Escape to the Wilds is going to be maximized. And this deck is very thinky. I have to think a lot because there are a lot of lines, especially with the wish board. So we'll just dive right in. I managed to get to gold yesterday, and let's see if we can just keep going up. So my goal for this stream is to play a bit faster and to try and maximize what we're getting out of the wish board pretty much. Okay, well, I was going to say most of our 7 card hands are pretty keepable, but with one land we just kind of have to get rid of this. We can technically cast 2 things, but Yeah, if this had one more land in it, I might consider keeping it, because then the third land will let us cast this and then pretty much go off from there. But we have to mulligan this. And this is just a solid hand, like land into Lovestruck Beast. Now on turn 3 we can cast Beanstalk Giant, get out Island, which we kind of need. We are going second, so I kind of feel like putting one of the lands on the bottom. We are playing a 27 land deck, so oh, it's an adventure deck. Okay. I believe we are currently about 50% draw land, so we did draw it, which is great. Okay, I think I will also be playing out my own Lovestruck Beast token. Unfortunately, their human token is strictly better than ours. Okay, Great Henge is not awful. Well, when it can't do much until we draw blue mana, so we're just gonna stick with it as it is. This is probably the mirror, actually, looking at it. Looks like we're in for a bit of a grind. To be honest, I guess the person who wins this match is the one who casts Granted the most. Like that might be the most like simplest, boiled down aspect. Alright, well, I think we just have to keep sticking with the plan of Beanstalk Gianting it up here. We kind of really need that blue mana, so we're just going to go get it. And no point really attacking. I guess we could have been getting a bit of damage in, but I don't think that would have been worth. They've got their own fertile footsteps. Okay, well, that's fine. They're on the play, so I think we just have to worry about catching back up. Eventually this thing won't be able to attack anymore because we're going to bounce it with Brazen Borrower. And I think that's what we're going to do here, is just cast Lovestruck Beast, then cast Petty Theft on the token. Because there's not really that many more efficient turns that we can do. We are at quite a lot of life total at the moment, which is annoying, but we should be able to slow him down enough that we won't die very soon. Give us some of that light. It is quite warm outside and inside. What is going on? Are they going to go to combat? Okay, that's fine. They'll probably hold up Stomp or something, or maybe their own Borrower. perhaps landing Great Hinge. You know, trying to land Great Hinge in this matchup seems like a pretty hard thing to do. What with them having Brazen Borrowers and things. Yeah, like that. Alright. Yeah. We're just going to respond with our own Borrower. Don't want them attacking us with their Lovestruck Beast. So our opponent has very nicely given us back. Oh, they have another beast. Well, maybe we should have done that in their pre-combat phase. So I guess we want to play out our Lovestruck again. They have a lot of adventure creatures going on. If we play Escape, we've already got quite a lot of cards in hand. I think Granted is a bit expensive here as well. Don't really want to cast Steam Vents untapped because play Steam Vents untapped. Because then we'll just die to a Brazen Borrower. So I guess we'll just get out a couple of these dudes. Now they have Granted. Are they gonna bounce something or? Possibly next turn we just play the Great Henge and Brazen Borrower. Try our way out of this. If they have some sort of removal. Oh, there could be a Domri's Ambush in the board, which would be not ideal. Oh, they just have a Chandra. Okay. Now how do we play around this Chandra? We could Fey Wishes for Sorcerer's Spyglass to preemptively name Chandra. Or, well, that seems like a solid idea if that's their main plan. It kind of just shuts it down, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we cast this as well? Costs 4 mana, and then we'll have 2. That makes it 1 short. I think we just have to go get Sorcerer's Spyglass. And it will shut off our own Chandra eventually, but Okay, so they're attacking. Oh, this is trade, I guess. I guess we have to escape to the wilds next turn. Hold on. We can actually play this Beanstalk Giant, which can block this pretty effectively. Another Lovestruck Beast. I guess that's fine. No, I think we want to try and find something a bit more impactful, like maybe another Fae or a Brazen Borrower or a Lucky Clover. We'll just play out this 8/8 here. No attacks. Alright, so if they don't have a stomp or something, we're probably okay. Yay. So we can play Fae of Wishes next turn to block this. And we can play the Great Henge to gain us a bit more life. Draw some cards. Hopefully find some good stuff. Got a lot of dudes now, but that's fine. Okay, Fae of Wishes is really good. We're gonna play this because it's basically free. And then if we Fae of Wish, we can get Storm's Wrath. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we can wipe their board and attack them for a bit and see if they might block, but okay. I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to grant it for Storm's Fury. And then Storm's Wrath. It is called Storm's Wrath. Okay, I was thinking that, but then I don't know what Storm's Fury is, but that's what I thought it was. 4 damage to each creature. Get rid of Fae of Wishes, which would be a bit annoying possibly. we're not gonna attack because, for one, they could find a random 1/1 and kill us, or they could not block and find a random 1, or they could block and we'd be left with nothing, and they'll have a Beanstalk Giant coming down next turn, which we kind of want to block. It's also bigger than our Beanstalk Giant, which is not ideal. See there, they did find a random 1/1, so he would have died. Okay. This is going to be a very long match. I hope we don't. We're already down on time versus the opponent, which is not ideal. Okay. We'll try and escape to the wilds first. Okay, and we get to play 2 lands, which will make our Beanstalk Giant bigger than their Beanstalk Giant. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so we can cast probably both halves of Lovestruck Beast, followed by holding up Brazen Borrower. If it ever lets me do that. And then cast that one. We do need to pay mana life for this, so we'll do that. Okay, we did it. So they found a granted, which is not good news. Hopefully this incongruity could help us out. They do know we have this, so now they're thinking quite hard. So what do we want to get? What do we think they'll get? They could just get... oh, they are getting a fling. Okay. We can't really stop that. Yeah. That's just it. Alright. That's kind of what we've been dodging for a long time, is them drawing another wish. There's not really much to bring in. Aethergust does hit quite a lot of things, so that might be worth bringing in. I don't like the Great Henge so much. And I guess Incubation. I like the Great Henge mostly because they can just bounce it. I guess we get to go first this time, and maybe not mulligan to 6. Jeez, that was a long game. Okay, Lucky Clover plus Brazen Borrower. Is this a good enough hand? I feel like no. This is kind of a bit too land heavy. I'm gonna put it away. Try and find something a bit nicer for 6. And this hand is actually quite nice. Trying to decide what to get rid of here though is tricky. I think I will just do another land. Escape's great. Beanstalk, Lucky Clover into Beanstalk is great. I think I will put away the land. We're going to find one most likely by the time we want to cast this. Especially with the scry. Definitely helping. Brazen Borrower. That's... I think we can do better than Brazen Borrower. I guess if we do miss on the land, we can play a second Lucky Clover, which... Oh, we just drew another one. Okay. That'll give us something to do if we are stuck on 2 lands though, so... If we do get stuck on 2 lands, it'll be my fault, but... We were pretty much 90% to find that 3rd land anyway, so... And if we do, we can go Beanstalk hold this up, or Beanstalk play this. They're stuck on 2 lands though. Haha, we did it. Beanstalk Giant. Get probably Mountain Island. And I think we go probably since we played an Edgewalling Keeper, I'll just play the Lucky Clover out. Double Lucky Clover. Pretty good start. Then whatever they play next turn can get bounced for a bunch. We're probably going to lead with Escape to the Wilds, play 2 lands, hold up, triple Petty Theft. They do get to draw a card off that though. They found their 3rd land. Aether Gust. It's not too bad. Alright, Escape to the Wilds it is. Did find 2 lands, so what are we gonna play here? Probably the Steam Vents, Untapped, and the Island. Okay, and then pass him into the turn. I kind of want them to draw a few more cards so that we can bounce some stuff and make them discard to hand size. So I might consider just taking, let's think, I might consider just taking 7, but we are at quite a low life total at the moment, so maybe not. See what they play here, maybe they'll play something else. No. I think we'll just return all the hand now to save us a bit of life. Jeez, I have a bit of the same problem now, aren't we? Alright. Come on now, Magic Arena. You can do it. Alright. Bounce the Edgewall Keeper. Bounce that. And they replay and Keeper, or if they 1-1 maybe, and we'll take our turn, which will probably involve playing probably a few of the things we have here. Alright, so we can bounce that. We don't really want to, but this is going away at the end of this turn, so can play this guy out. I think this is worth casting as the adventure because it's free. Oh, never mind. I already cast him earlier, didn't I? In that case, we'll be playing this out. I always get confused about what's Escape to the Wilds and what's Adventure. So yeah, that fairy did go away. Which is kind of annoying, but we do have an extra one, and we've got more bounce, and you know. They've got their own Escape to the Wilds, they find a few lands, a Bone Crusher, and a Lovestruck. But they can't play very much. I think we've got them on lock here, like just bounce this, counter, bounce, counter, play out a threat, probably 2 threats actually. Can we cast all of these spells? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, okay. I think the idea is here we'll just put them on a 2-turn clock, so return human, and then with 2 copies, return this human. Okay. Right. Okay, so that fizzles that Brazen Borrower. I think that's just kind of how it has to play out. But they do go to 9, which is great. This opens up a Fae of Wishes as a winning draw, because we can get Fling. Brazen Borrower is also probably a win, but there's only like there's only one left in the deck anyway, so and I guess we just return I don't even know what we counter here. Just anything that completely destroys us, I guess. Not like a random creature, we might just hold off. Like a random ramp spell, I think we're okay with. What else is going on? They've got an Edge Wall. Sure. I don't mind if they draw a few extra cards because they can't cast very much more this turn anyway. Alright, we'll flash in the Brazen Borrower. And escape's not bad. Stomp on that. Sure. So stomp both my 1 toughness things, which is fine. They must have a Brazen Borrower. That's the only thing that would really annoy me, is if they had a Borrower. But I suppose we'll go for it. We'll bounce this their only blocker and hope this Beanstalk Giant hits them. Yeah, I feel like they must have a bounce spell or something. But we'll see what happens here. Because they haven't scooped. Usually people concede when they've lost. Rah. Yeah. Okay. That's alright. I guess we stomp them in the face in response to this. Because they're probably going to return a Lucky Clover to hand, so. Now we escape to the wilds and see what we find, I guess. Okay. Don't really care about that. We probably hold up this Brazen Borrower. And then next turn, Fae of Wishes for probably a fling. Fling seems to be winning a lot of games lately. We've just got a lot of adventure creatures to cast. Draw a lot of cards. They have a Fae of... oh no, Brazen Borrower. Which means they can start... they can remove stuff pretty easily, I guess. It's drawing cards. Don't know what we want to bounce so far. Probably just get Lucky Clover on Instep or something, but it doesn't really impact them that much. We're just going to let them get their value. Now they're holding up Brazen. I guess we'll return this guy. And their Clover. Okay. So much stuff we have to worry about. Okay. So I think we go double Edge Wall, play Bone Crusher, see what we draw. Pretty much. We might be considering bouncing. Oh, they're stomping that. Okay. Worse than bouncing it for us. Alright. I kind of want to cast this Fae of Wishes actually. The Granted side. And go get I guess once in future with the first one, because that's always quite useful for late game if this fling doesn't work. Alright, now we get fling. And then fling this Edgewall and keep her at them. Ooh. Shouldn't be able to stop this. He says. very confidently. Okay. There was a little bit of sequencing there. If I got the fling first, they'd have priority to bounce our things so we couldn't kill them. But that works. Hey. Okay, we have a pretty solid hand, so we're going to keep it. This will probably get stomped, which is fine, and we either play the Lucky Clover or stomp their own keeper. It's possible we want to just go turn 1 nothing, turn 2 that, turn 3 that. No, I think I will play turn 1 Innkeeper, because now that's making me want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He is quite likely to get stomped though, so. But you know, you'll take what you can get, I guess. It does Bone Crusher. Yep, okay, that's fine. Clover it up. It's like they're using pretty much the same as us actually. Now we probably just want to hold up Stomp here. There's no real incentive for us to play the giant. Need more lands currently. We'll find them all with this wilds, so. Yes. I guess they're pretty likely to just play Lovestruck Beast this turn. It'd be pretty painful to kill a Bone Crusher Giant, but alright, well that's actually quite fine. Abandon Keep or something? No. I guess we'll fire off the Stomp. Hey. And we can get this Fave Wishes going. For value, I guess we'll get Chandra plus other good win cons are in there. I've already got an escape, so we probably don't need another one. I guess we'll just get once in future, but there's only one card in the yard currently. Possibly we should have put a Clover in for some payoff in the yard, just to have it there. I guess we'll get Return to Nature just in case they find a Clover or something. question next turn is whether we go escape plus hold up Aether Gust / nature. Okay, we'll only have one land off of that. Oh, I got a land in hand. It's a decent amount of damage to face, I guess. They're just gonna play an Innkeeper this turn. Okay. Alright, we drew a Stomp, which is pretty good. I think going just plus Giant here is quite good. Turn. We're holding up either double Stomp or one of these two cards. But all these decisions probably won't end up mattering because of the clock. This has been a long match. Now, when the YouTube channel gets large enough, I should get a new computer that runs faster. Yeah, that's fine. I guess. No, we should definitely get rid of that Innkeeper. Although they do have another one to just play out and then play something else. Are they just going to play that? It's going to cost 4. Let's let that resolve, I think. And see what they play. No, we're definitely losing to the clock, but that's alright, we'll just pretend that it's not there for now. I believe we lost 11 minutes on our opponent. I feel like that's all due to lag stuff. What? I definitely clicked on that Great Henge, right? Okay. You know what? Shame concede. Alright, now Arena's making me click the wrong things. As well as making me die to clock. That's perfect. Okay, well everything seems to be like... Oh dear. We only managed to play one match, and that took about 2 hours, I think. Something like that. Okay, I used up my entire clock and used up like 15 minutes of his, so that was like 40 minutes, I think. That was nearly an hour long, yeah. Gross. Alright. I'll try one more match and see if I improve. I might have to try something else some other time. But something might be laddering offline. I don't really have much more time in the month to ladder, so I have to kind of get it all done all in one. Okay, we're playing first. And our hand's reasonably solid, assuming it's a control deck. I guess if it's an aggro deck, Fae of Wishes is a good blocker. I'm not going to say no to a hand that's like Lucky Clover curving into 4 cards being drawn from the sideboard, so. And we'll probably get to play this Lucky Clover before they get to Thought Erasure us. And that's a spell, so we'll keep it on top probably. It is an aggro deck, so we'll probably end up playing turn 2 Fae of Wishes, turn 3 Lucky Clover plus Heart's Desire, I think. Because this is just a brick wall. I don't think I've lost to mono red so far. Most of the time it's a matter of just... Okay, so they've probably got a shock. Which is pretty annoying, but we'll just make them use it. Like, this feels like this is exactly what the opponent needed in order to get through this Fae of Wishes, but, you know, we'll fight through it. We'll fight the good fight. Lucky Clover into make 2 1/1s. And then after that we'll go play Lovestruck Beast, which should stop everything again. We'll be taking a bit of extra damage, but like we can't really block this turn unless they play some other creature. Sounds like they have another trick based off of how long they're for. Okay, but that guy doesn't matter because we just block him. That was a really good draw, because now we get to draw a card off of our Lovestruck Beast. So I was just going to play this tap land and play the beast, but now we get to draw a card off it. And then next turn we'll probably Fae of Wishes for Shadow Spear and put the Shadow Spear up Struck Beast, and that should probably enter the game. I have no Not really attacking just yet. As long as this Lovestruck Beast doesn't die in the next like 2 turns, we win. I'm still going to be blocking Fervent Champions. Of course they're attacking with, but it's still going to take them 2 cards to get rid of this, so it's still worth blocking here. And we'll block here. They seem to be stuck on 2 lands as well, which means they have just all gas. Not ideal. Yeah, so they need another shock or a Grimrock Knight. Yeah, just lots of pump. They got lots of combat tricks. Okay, well, that's all well and good for us. It might just be worth playing Fae of Wishes out rather than Wishing, because they've got to run out of shocks eventually, right? Yeah, it's a bit slow now that we don't have a huge dude to give lifelink to. We don't really want to. I think it's worth shocking this to hold up Brazen Borrower. You know, the petty theft. Well, they found a land. Here comes the Annex. That's fine, because we can just bounce it. Come on, return it already, please. Oh. Actually, I forgot that I had a Lucky Clover in play, so that's what I get for tabbing out. Alright, I was meant to bounce Annex plus Fervent Champion, obviously. Yeah. Alright, well they're playing red spells, so that should work fine. And we don't want quite as many Escape to the Wilds. And probably not that. See, the Great Henge is like somewhat unlikely to be useful. I'll just leave this in as a pseudo removal spell for Annex or something. The Great Henge does gain life, but it is a bit too late game, I think. I think we can do a bit better than this. Deck is full of pretty solid hands that look really nice, so yeah, that's definitely a keeper. I wonder if I just put Edgewall and Keeper away, since it just usually gets shocked or something. And this is probably going to be like a turn 2, turn 3, this plus this sort of game. Of course they probably just got like double Fervent Champion into kill us really fast. Don't really want to draw another land just yet. Here comes another champion. Oh no, Brick Mark. Okay. Gonna take a fair amount of damage soon. This is a Dwarf Knight, which means it's gonna be even more than I thought. Okay, so it's just basically just a function of how if I Lucky Clover this turn, I'll take 5 probably, go to 13, and then next turn I can go like Beanstalk plus double that or double this. I think that's worth it. I think it's worth holding off one more turn. Just having one random human in play or having a Brazen Borrower bounce something is not impactful enough. It's just kind of spinning our wheels a little bit. Whereas here, we do have to pay the 2 life, because I think what's best here is make 2 1/1s bounce 2 things. Yeah. And then the turn after that, we can actually play this plus a 5/5, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So go to blocks. Maybe they'll just activate this castle and be real sad. So they're not, because they're smart. Okay, so we're just going to bounce their 2 other creatures here. Use a Bone Crusher to save the Rimrock Knight from dying. Hope this is fair enough. We play champion and we have a pretty solid turn again. We do have to keep taking damage from our lands, but that's okay. I think in the end we're probably going to be able to pay a little bit more life. It's fine. We go giant into Lovestruck Beast, and it should hold the fort. Let's get at least 1 forest. I think we'll get 2 forests. Got heaps of red. Got probably enough blue. Yeah, I'll just get 1 more blue. And then next turn, Trying to figure out how to sort of make this work, because obviously wishing for the old the sword will be quite good. But if we go down to 7 here, getting a board wipe's bad because of annex. I think we will wish here. And we'll just get Shadow Spear plus I guess Mystic Repeal, because it can put annex on the bottom. We just pass the turn here, I think. We're pretty safe. Okay, that's another castle. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like they can't really do anything here, right? They just activate castle. They've got 1 card in hand and a Bone Crusher Giant. Some my blocks. Okay. Fine. So that's a trade, I guess. Okay, that's a good draw. How much does this cost us 2 to equip? So I think we can just play the Fae out. I've got 7 mana. If I just had 8, I could wipe their board. But I think what we can do is just play Fae and equip and then bounce something. And pass. So they don't really have good attacks. We have like okay blocks. Oh, They have some attacks, like they're obviously going to be able to so we just want to be able to block this Rimrock Knight, I suppose. Then they activate their castle. If we block that, no, I don't really want to do that either, so I guess we just block this Rimrock Knight and let the trade happen. Resolves. And I think we just bounce the Fervent Champion. And the Bone Crusher, I guess. And then we only take 2 damage total, and then gain it back. Of course, them having Stomp in hand makes this... Oh no, they're just recasting that, that's nice. My turn. Okay. Fave Wishes, then we leave up 5 mana. I guess we just played Beanstalk Giant. Can't equip it yet, but this is a really insane blocker, so we should win once we get this on here. Easy peasy. Just attacking in. Well, I guess we'll block the biggest thing. If they use some other resource to kill off this Beanstalk Giant, then that's fine, I guess. They have an Ember Cleave. Well, glad we are blocked. Okay, that's not too bad. Stomp here. Stomp there. This is kind of worth, right? Yeah. Let's get an island. Because Arena tapped both one of our blue sources. Oh. I guess another forest. Pass. Safe, most likely. Yeah, they just drew a land. Okay, I think we got it now. And they agree. Yay. So that kind of showed one of our better matchups, which is nice. Much shorter game than the 50-minute long mirror match. We've got a booster pack. As is tradition, we can end the video with a booster pack open. Hey. I've seen that played somewhere, I think. Alright, thanks for all the views, guys. I won't be streaming for quite a long time. So, but if you did enjoy, we might start up again another time. See ya! Oh, before I go, I'll answer Tantrin's question. What do you think is more competitive in the current meta? Gruul Adventures or Temur Clover? Well, that's a tricky one because I haven't really played Gruul, but I really like Temur Clover, mostly because of the amount of card advantage you can get. It seems to be better against control decks. Yeah, that's my answer. there's a lot of control decks around, basically. Alright. And with that, I'll end. For real this time.